At some point, she'll give you that long, silent look, not one of defiance or pride, but of regret. Regret for every moment she failed to appreciate you, for every time she assumed you'd always be there no matter how she acted. But now you're gone. And for the first time, she realizes the man in front of her wasn't ordinary. He was irreplaceable. Not every loss affects us, but some losses shake the soul and leave a void no one can fill. And that's exactly what a woman feels when she loses a rare man. One who was profound in his presence, strong in his silence, sincere in his love, and dignified in his withdrawal. Now, she doesn't just miss you. She questions herself. She doesn't ask where you went. She asks how she let you go. And that's where the story begins. The story of deep regret. When a woman realizes the real prize wasn't the man chasing her, but the one who walked away silently, leaving a void no one else can fill. In this video, I'll take you deep into that moment, the moment the masks fall and real emotions surface. I'll show you how and why she finally realizes you weren't just another replaceable man, but the one she could never forget. And if you're a man who values depth and meaning, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for content that reignites your awareness and strength. Why doesn't she realize your worth until you're gone? A woman often lives in moments of complacency. She assumes men exist to serve her, to fill the voids life creates. The more she has, the more she takes for granted that it'll never leave. At first, when you're there, she feels like she owns you, like you're part of her routine, her daily life, and in your kindness, you keep giving. You stay for her, love her, show patience, listen, overlook her mistakes, and keep your heart open, believing this is the right path. But the moment you step off that path, the moment you stop giving what she's used to, everything changes. Maybe you grew tired. Maybe you chose to focus on yourself, or maybe you simply stopped sacrificing pieces of yourself. That moment is the awakening of a truth she thought didn't exist. She doesn't realize your worth when you're there because she doesn't understand a man who balances strength and silence, a man who loves deeply but never compromises his dignity. But when you disappear, when you leave behind a void filled with memories and pain, she starts feeling something strange. First, a sense of lack. Then, a deep emptiness nothing else can fill. And as she searches for you in that void, she begins comparing every other man to you. But no one measures up. No one carries the same quiet strength you did. At first, she might hide her feelings behind a mask of independence. She might act like she doesn't care. But deep down, she now knows. She lost something irreplaceable. What makes her realize it isn't your presence, it's your absence, that void you left behind. Now she understands that presence doesn't always mean everything's okay. Your presence meant security. It meant there was someone who'd stay no matter what. Someone loyal, understanding, caring in silence. She took you for granted. She saw your sacrifices as obligations, not gifts. She saw your presence as a given. But the moment you stopped giving, she started asking, why didn't I appreciate everything he did for me? Why didn't I value his love the way I should have? A woman only discovers your worth when the man who gave her everything is gone. The man who listened without being asked, who gave without her noticing. And when he's gone, she feels a deep regret. Not just for losing you, but for taking that love for granted. The more she thinks of you, the more she compares every other man to you, and the more she realizes she lost something irreplaceable, something she'll never find in someone else. In those moments of regret, she realizes you weren't just a passing figure in her life. You were rare. You were the quiet strength that gave her security, the presence that gave things meaning. And with every passing moment of your absence, she begins to understand the truth she long ignored. You were the prize. You were the man who doesn't come twice, the man she thought would always be there. until he wasn't. The signs of true regret. When real regret settles in, it doesn't appear immediately, it grows. At first, she might not admit it. She might refuse to face it because acknowledging it means admitting she was wrong. But regret doesn't disappear. It follows her like a shadow. The first sign? Those moments when she's surrounded by people but feels completely alone. Everyone around her seems temporary. Nothing leaves a lasting impact. But in your absence, in the silence where your voice and eyes once were, she starts to realize she lost something she only appreciated once it was gone. The void you left can't be filled by anyone else. No matter how much someone pretends to care, no temporary presence can replace what you were to her. Another sign? When she starts revisiting memories of you, every mundane moment, every conversation she once brushed off now feels like a treasure she can't reclaim. She remembers how you listened patiently, how you asked about the smallest details of her day, how you calmed her in tough times, things she once dismissed without realizing their value. And as those memories resurface, regret creeps in. Why didn't I appreciate those moments? Why did I assume he'd always be there? The clearest sign? The frustration she feels with herself. She starts looking at other relationships, wondering, is this the person I was searching for? Is this the man I can rely on like I could with him? The more she tries to find someone like you, the more she realizes she can't fill that void. In the end, she understands. Men aren't interchangeable, not because others can't be good, but because you were one of a kind. And that's when the deepest regret sets in. What if I had held on? What if I had cared more? What if I had treated him better? These questions never leave. Over time, they become sharper, turning into fragments of pain in her heart every time she remembers how she took you for granted. A woman who regrets losing a man who truly loved her doesn't just mourn the loss of an ordinary person. She mourns the loss of a rare opportunity, one that can't be replaced. These words may sound harsh, but the truth is, she can't deny it. She lost the man who treated her like no one else ever did. Now she sees that your departure wasn't just the absence of a body, it was the absence of a soul, the absence of the one who brought her security, balance, and a love that saw her for who she truly was. True regret isn't shown in words. It's in the weight of those ordinary moments she once ignored. The moments she didn't value your love, your sacrifices. She doesn't know how many men will come after you, but she'll always wonder, will anyone ever compare to him? In the end, her regret isn't just about what's lost. It's about the blindness she never thought would cost her. And now, there's no way to bring those moments back. How memories haunt her, after it's too late. Memories are the things that linger in our minds, even when we try to erase them. When someone loses something precious, memories become the last thread connecting them to what's gone. For a woman, memories of the man she lost become powerful currents, pulling her into the past, into a time when her life was more stable, more complete. At first, she might try to ignore them. She might convince herself she's still strong, that she can move forward without sadness or regret. But the truth is, those memories replay in her mind over and over, surfacing at unexpected moments. With time, their effect deepens. They're no longer passing thoughts. They become part of her daily mindset. At first, they might be small flashes. Your voice on the phone, your laugh in her ear, the way you handled her in her weakest moments. But over time, they grow more vivid. When she sees something that reminds her of you, your favorite song, the scent of a place you used to go, those moments become more than just reminders. They become ghosts that never leave. Even when she's surrounded by others, memories of you stay alive in her heart and mind, echoing in every corner of her life. As these memories evolve, their emotional impact deepens. At first, it might just be sadness, a sense of loss, but with time they become fuel for regret. She starts reshaping her feelings about herself and about you. Every time she remembers, it's like reclaiming a piece of herself she thought was gone. She begins reliving emotions she once overlooked, emotions that now feel more valuable, more important. She wonders, why didn't I appreciate what I had? Why didn't I give him the attention he deserved? In her moments alone, regret overwhelms her. But there's nothing she can do to bring those moments back. She starts comparing the past to the present, realizing with bitterness that she once had everything she needed to be happy. All she had to do was appreciate it. Now, what once felt normal and routine feels priceless. But she only realizes it after losing it. The most painful part? These memories never leave. They become an open wound in her heart, bleeding fresh every time she thinks of those moments. No matter how hard she tries to move forward, she keeps returning to the same point, to the memories she can't escape. The more she tries to forget, the more they haunt her. And with every wave of these memories, she becomes more convinced. You weren't just a passing figure in her life. You were a foundation, a pillar of her emotional balance. You weren't just a fleeting memory. You were the core that reinforced her inner strength, giving her comfort and peace. As these memories drain her emotions, she becomes more aware of her regret. She realizes she had something rare, something she didn't value until it was gone. And the most painful truth? These memories are now something she can never reclaim. Every passing moment deepens her feelings, trapping her in an endless cycle of wondering what she could have done differently. This is the deep impact of memories. They stay etched in her mind, reopening wounds with every new detail she recalls. The man's role in this phase: how to rebuild. After she realizes she lost you. The moment a man realizes a woman has lost him isn't just about healing or balance. It's a phase that demands full awareness of how to reorganize yourself. In moments of loss, grief or shock might be the first emotions to hit. But in reality, these moments are the start of a great opportunity to rebuild yourself and reveal an inner strength you may not have known existed. At first, you might wonder, did I lose her forever? But the answer isn't in the past, it's in the future. Dealing with loss requires maturity and a deeper understanding of your own needs and desires. In these moments, you must realize that even if you lost a piece of her heart, it doesn't mean you lost your inner strength or self-worth. You must learn how to move forward without drowning in regret or fear of losing what once mattered. Healing starts from within. This is your golden opportunity to rebuild yourself stronger and clearer than before. The core message you must understand in this phase is this: you don't need her to feel complete. You must be complete on your own, so you can become the man who attracts her again, if that's your goal. But in this moment, your role isn't just about self-healing. It's about how you demonstrate your strength. You must realize you no longer need to chase anyone. Instead, you must ensure you're the man she now wishes she'd known more deeply. This doesn't mean acting arrogantly or distancing yourself from everyone. It means focusing on improving yourself emotionally, professionally, spiritually. The woman, in this time, might be in a phase of deep regret. And if you choose to engage with her, you must be careful and deliberate. Don't show weakness or desperation. Remain the man who has his own tools for success and inner peace. Your strength in this phase lies in your self-respect and emotional independence. You must be the man who achieves success in every aspect of life, naturally drawing her attention. But there's also a danger here. Acting with exaggerated arrogance or excessive detachment could permanently close doors. Remember, balance is the key to strength. Strength doesn't come from ignoring everything or dismissing emotions. It comes from the ability to maintain inner equilibrium. If you decide to reappear in her life, be confident, but without false bravado or regret masked as revenge. In the end, your role in this phase is to prove yourself like never before, Be the man who knows his worth. Don't chase her heart to win it back. Show her you're the man she may have lost forever, but also the man who can thrive no matter what. If you cross paths again, let the meeting happen under positive change. Let her face the man who makes her feel the loss was incomparable to the value of having him in her life. No matter your decisions, be sure you're not treating yourself as just a fleeting memory in her life. Remain the best choice. The decisive moment. How a man decides the fate of the relationship after lost days pass. Months pass, until she fully realizes she's lost you forever. But in this moment, she doesn't just feel regret. She feels a deep void tearing through her heart. At first, there might be attempts to ignore the truth, to escape the feeling of loss. But deep down, she can't hide from reality. The woman who grew accustomed to your presence, to your irreplaceable gestures, now faces the harsh truth. You're no longer in her life, and no one can fill that void. This painful realization makes her reevaluate everything. She starts thinking of every moment, every conversation, every encounter you shared. And the deeper she dives into those memories, the stronger the sense of loss becomes. At first, she might feel some relief, as if justifying that something better awaits. But with time, hope fades, and the longing for what you once had follows her everywhere. This isn't just losing a person, it's losing a part of herself. She never realized how pivotal you were in her life, how you shaped her emotional balance. Now she faces the inescapable truth. In moments of solitude, the times she spent with you become all she has left. Every corner, every place, even every scent reminds her of you. She remembers how you showed care in the simplest ways, asking about her day, being the first to call and reassure her. Those small gestures, once part of routine, now become painful memories that haunt her, stirring regret that never leaves. She starts thinking of every wasted moment, every missed opportunity, every time your heart was ready to give more while she was distracted. But regret doesn't stop there. It grows, spreading inside her until even the smallest details she once overlooked now become the source of her pain. She remembers how you handled her feelings with care, how your words filled her with hope, how you always sought her comfort. With time, those ordinary moments become more precious than anything else, and she tries to imagine life without you, but the thought feels impossible. Now, she understands what she once considered normal. What she always expected in a relationship was actually rare, something she didn't value until it was gone. In her loneliness, she sees how every part of her life depended on you. Even in moments she thought she could move forward alone. Now, facing the world by herself, she realizes nothing else satisfies the void you left behind. The most painful part? She starts imagining your life without her, how you're moving forward while she's stuck in the past. When she realizes she was the reason she lost you, her suffering intensifies, because she knows this loss was the result of her actions or inaction. She starts revisiting every word, every action, every moment she didn't nurture the relationship as she should have. But the real tragedy? She now knows there's nothing she can do to change what happened. No matter how hard she tries to fix things, no matter how much she wishes to turn back time, it's too late. What's gone is gone. Life moves on. But she knows deep down that a huge part of herself is lost in those moments. A profound sadness becomes part of her daily life, not just as grief, but as a reminder of the irreplaceable loss. In the end, she faces the painful reality. What she lost was something no one can replace. She might try to convince herself time will heal the wounds, that she'll find happiness again. But in her heart, she knows regret will be her eternal companion. Because you weren't just a passing figure in her life. You were someone who can't be replaced. Final thoughts. There's no single right path after a woman realizes she's lost you. But one thing is certain. This decisive moment is a tremendous opportunity for you to prove your inner strength, to show yourself and others that you're not clinging to the past, but building a future that aligns with the best version of yourself. Whether you choose to return to the past or walk away, remember, your decisions must be rooted in solid values and principles. Don't let life take you where others want. Be the one who makes your own choices and controls your destiny. Every phase of this journey, from loss to understanding to decision-making, is a chance for growth. If you can understand yourself, your emotions, and how to navigate this relationship wisely, you'll be better prepared for any new challenge in life. Remember, pain isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new opportunity for maturity and self-improvement. If you found this valuable and want more content to help you understand yourself and relationships on a deeper level, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're here to guide you on your journey toward emotional growth and maturity.